Hola familia, this week we are going to make another box, but it's going to be a special one. It will involve multi-axis turning or off-center turning, whatever you prefer to call it. It's my Saturn box. The body with the ring is just one piece. It's a solid piece. It's where we have to deal a little bit with multi-axis, and at the same time the grain of the wood is this way, the ring is that way, so the effect is very beautiful. This was an idea that I had in mind for a while. The finish of this piece is made by with AAA ultra shine and paste wax, no big deal, but the result is very good. As I suppose to you know, I have another channel. I have just begun with it, and I'm gonna leave all about finish it for the other channel. So I encourage you to join me every Friday in the other channel, and now we go to make this Saturn box. Let's see if you like it. Well, we are going to begin with a piece of 5 by 10, and we're gonna cut it in half, and we are going to mark the diagonals complete and mark the center, make the circle, but in both sides. And you will see why later, but we have to be as accurate as possible here. It will depend of our pieces depending on this. Once the circle is cut, I'm going to move in the same diagonal in both sides 3/8 of an inch to the opposite sides. As you can see, when you mount it, it's completely in diagonal. Okay, so now we're going to shape, and we have to shape and finish the piece, the outside of the piece in here. So what I'm gonna do is mark the center to make the Saturn ring in there, and we are going to go ahead and the shape of the body I decide to make as is a planet. Of course, I decide to make an sphere as accurate as possible, but just this is not critical, the shape, but it needs to be as rounded as possible, because you will see with the next steps that we cannot do a lot of corrections later. So now we work on the shape, and then we are going to finish it. Sanding and finishing before the next step. Once it's sanding, I tried to reverse it, and it's no way, it don't work. So I have to go back to the original position. It's difficult. So as you can see here, it's almost a perfect sphere. Now I'm going to apply AAA Ultra Shine to a final polish, and then just paste wax. This is gonna be my finish, and actually it works very good. Okay, once it's done, we can go to the original centers, and now we cannot retouch the shape because the ring is now off center, as you can see there, so we cannot do anything in there. Just I'm establishing here a tenon to mount on the chuck, and I'm going to flat the entrance of the box. You see there is the better place I can use. So I'm gonna flat it, and then it's a matter of hollow it. Here you have a closer look. I'm going to use a Forstner bit to help me in the process. Well, it works perfectly, and you know, it makes my life easier. Now once we have that, I can establish approximately the size of the entrance, and then it's a matter of hollow with the tools you prefer. Here I'm using a carbide cutter, and then I'm gonna finish it with a scraper in reverse mode, which is more comfortable for the position. Respect the lathe, but this is not needed, but if you can do it, it's gonna be more comfortable. So establishing the final size of the entrance, and now as you can see, I finish it again completely. Now I'm gonna use another piece of sapelli to make the lid. And as you saw me in previous videos, I like to shape the lid from beginning almost the end, just from the first holding to the lathe. So instead of turn, and then this way I can finish the inside of the lid without further touches. So I'm going to establish it as accurate as possible, and again sanding and finish everything. It's a way to simplify it a little bit. Requires a little bit of practice, but when you do it, it works perfectly. I'm gonna change the view right now to allow you to see it better. Here we go. Then as I said, I'm going to try to establish the shape as accurate as possible. I can retouch it later, but as better as leave it right now with a perfect hold, it's gonna be easier. Then I'm gonna reverse it, but I'm gonna use the body of the box as a jump shack. This is why I didn't read out of the 10 on the body yet. So again, sanding and polish until it's completely done. Now I can mount again the box, and with a piece of paper I can hold the lid in place. I'm gonna use the tailstock anyway to help me on the process, and I'm establishing the final shape of the finial. But I decide to don't do a long finial in this piece. I don't think it's gonna match, so I'm gonna do a small one. Okay, so now it's a matter of final touches, and again sanding and finishing. Be careful, you can see the lid can read out easily. Okay, once it's done, I can turn the body of the box again and hold it in expansion mode carefully. But in expansion mode, the advantage is that the jaws of the chuck don't leave any mark on the body, so it's pretty safe. And again, sanding and finishing. So this is the process. I know that I simplified it again. It took me about 2 hours to do this piece because it's a lot of trial and error, and well, it was a fun project, and the end result is quite original, at least. There you have some stills. I hope you like it. And as always, any comments, any doubts, or any suggestions, just leave the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up. And as I informed previously, I have another channel where I'm gonna do the Let's Talk About Wood Turning that we were doing before. So if you want, there you have in my picture you have the link. And if anybody wants and can help with the channel, there's the Patreon button down below. Thank you.